If we're ranking all-time comebacks, Jesus is number one. 2,000 years later, Huff's got number two.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's number one Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day, all of you. So many dissenters. Oh, this show only talks about BYU and Utah. And you know, I want to prove you wrong. I want to say you're incorrect. But then crap like this happens. On Easter weekend, of all times, BYU does the single most insane thing that I've seen in Big 12 play, regardless of sport, in 2025. This somehow beats out Houston coming back to defeat Duke in March Madness to go to the national championship, because what BYU just did was cruel and unusual. I would have thought, if not for them being as religious as they are, they had hired some sort of voodoo witch to concoct what has happened the last 2 days they've played softball. Now, I'm a softball guy. Let me preface this by saying, I'm not exactly going out of my way here to talk about something I don't like. I'm not trying to force this. This is just genuinely crazy. My sister has a full ride to go to Baylor next year, play softball for the Bears. She'll play against BYU. I'm sure I'll go to those games and root for BYU. Joke. And I'm sitting in my bed, cozy as can be, after BYU had stunned Utah in game one of this series. And then last night, BYU down 8-1 in the final inning of the game. Guess who hits a home run to walk it off? I got to take my happy butt out of my comfortable bed and talk to you about the insanity that has been the last 2 days. Let's start here. The box score from BYU and Utah, 14-13. Can I tell you, by the way, Utah is, how you say, bad at softball. BYU is good. Look at these records. Utah 12-32, BYU 27-12. This game is in Provo. Utah has no reason being in this game. Not only are they in this game, they're leading this game by 3 in the 7th inning. Where we stop. Like, we don't do any more softball past that. Utah jumps out to a 2-0 lead. Next thing you know, they find themselves down. BYU back and forth. Into the 4th inning they go, and it is 8-7. And the umpire is just wondering when he can go home. 12-9. 13-9, and a 4 spot for BYU in the bottom of the 7th, and then an unearned run in the bottom of the 8th. You are down by 3 runs in the 7th. You find a way. At the bottom of the final inning, BYU does this magical thing where they crush the souls of the Utes. And BYU fans are so happy. But that's not even crazy. This is a kindergarten party compared to what's about to happen on Friday night. BYU goes into the 7th inning, and it is a 2-1 game. The Utes, bad at softball, not good at the round ball that's glowing yellow, decide to put up a miraculous 6 runs. 6. You know who that's the number of? If you get that, it's a good joke. It is 8-1 now in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's it. That's all she wrote. BYU, who's lost. BYU, who's actually winning a lot of softball games. Utah, who has lost 9 consecutive games. The streak is over. It is a miracle. On Easter weekend, they're going to down the Cougars. Massive upset, just like Utah men's basketball did against BYU. This is it. Utah is going to get the win. Nope. Just kidding. 8. I can't. 8-10 final score. You're up 8-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and BYU put up 9 runs. Hey, I scroll my phone, my sweet little phone, and I see, all of a sudden this game got so far out of hand. 8-1, it's over. And then it just wasn't anymore. A 3-run home run for BYU to win it. I know the guys at the 10-12 network who cover baseball, softball, swimming in this godforsaken conference. Philip Slavin is jumping for joy because of how incredible this game was. And me, I am dumbfounded. I don't understand how the one time the Big 12 Conference is given a rivalry outside of Texas and Oklahoma, the 2 most annoying schools in America. No, It's the Texas syrup. Yeah, that one. And the other one, maybe it's Alabama. They're just annoying. And you replace that with somehow a rivalry that's even more chaotic and two schools that hate each other even more so. You don't think this mattered? BYU 2 nights in a row. The first night they dangled it a little bit. They're like, hey, you're going to win. You're going to get your first win in 8 games. You've lost 8 consecutive, most of those in Big 12 play. You lost to Idaho State earlier in the year. And they said, oh, got to be quicker than that. And then the next night, in case that wasn't good enough, insult to injury. If we had the ESPN FPI chart, it would have just surpassed the chart. Utah, 100% chance of victory. And a 3-run home run to win the game for BYU. It doesn't. The longest 7th inning in history. My brain cannot comprehend how you put up a 9 spot, how you need 9 runs in the final inning to win the game, and you just do it. Let go, let God. There's no I in teamwork. I'm not sure what else. I'm not sure what else you can go with here. I don't know if I have found a crazier thing in the Big 12. There were a total of 15 runs scored in the 7th inning. You could ask a philosopher. This isn't supposed to happen. This is otherworldly. If you need proof, people are always like, well, not really religious because there's not really proof to it. Let those with eyes to see behold. Because I don't know what else it's going to take. I guess there's a God, and I guess he's a BYU fan here. It keeps happening. I'm telling you, if Cincinnati had done this to Baylor, to Oklahoma State, it'd be the coolest thing ever. Cool, yeah, I can't wait to record a podcast about the weirdest thing I've seen all year. But then you add in it's Easter weekend and a rivalry game, and I'm not asking BYU or Utah to do really cool or really stupid things. They just find a way to do it, and I can't not talk about it. All he ever does is talk about BYU because they do crap like this. What else you want me to say? I don't know. They've broken me. They've all broken me. These two teams and their rivalry. The Boomer Sooner song is one they would do. And I don't even, it's so annoying, it's so obnoxious. Just like the Eyes of Texas. And we replaced that rivalry with 9 runs and a walk-off 3-run bomb in a softball game on a Friday night in the mountains, in the Wasatch Mountains. I have chills. Today's show is brought to you by, yeah, you already knew, it's FanDuel. I love FanDuel. I wish there was college softball in there. I would have won a lot of money. FanDuel is the number 1 app for you. I mean, yeah, it's an app. It's boop, boop on your CarPlay even. I'm sure you can hook it up to your CarPlay. Number 1 app out there for sports wagering with the NBA playoffs almost here. Sorry to Utah and BYU fans who are Jazz fans. The Jazz are not there, but other teams are. FanDuel is giving new customers an insane way to get in on the action. Place your first $5 bet. Get $250 in bonus bets if your bet wins. I love how FanDuel makes it easy. Player props like 3-pointers, steals, assists, so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com. Claim your $250 in bonus bets today at FanDuel.com. I'm tired. I began recording this at 1 o'clock in the morning because I like staying up and watching college softball. And then there's college softball, then there's this. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you want me to stop talking about them, tell them to stop doing this stuff, man. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do now. Buy a lottery ticket, I guess, with the numbers BY and U. It's like a 2, 24, 20. This has been It Always Will Be. Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.